Hey guys, thanks for tuning into the channel. You're watching Zazie K Creations. My name is Keisha, and on this platform, I'm sharing my sewing journey with you. And I do hope that you all had a great Easter holiday, Resurrection Sunday. If you celebrate, I am hoping that you had a great time. I feel like the Easter holiday or the Resurrection Sunday celebration day is like an official kickoff to the spring season. So I do hope that you were able to get out and enjoy some nice weather in your area and ready to kick off a great spring season. Right, so it is a day that's pretty quiet. I woke up this morning and I got laundry done as I typically do on my days off. I do laundry and try to get things prepared for the week ahead. And I am now ready to come into my space and get some stuff done today. So I do feel like when it comes to sewing, that it's beneficial for me to probably do some batch cutting when I feel like I am short on time in terms of when I want to have my projects done, and when I am like dragging my feet and getting things started. I have been working on the Simplicity Pattern 3047 for a few weeks now, and I need to get that finished. I need to go ahead and get the jacket for that pattern cut out, and I do plan to get that done today. But I also need to work on my Make 5, which is due in about 3 weeks, and I'm working on the Ogden cami, and I want to also get that cut. So instead of me working on one at a time, I'm going to go ahead and start today working on both projects concurrently. Today I'm focusing on cutting out the pattern pieces for the jacket on the Simplicity pattern and cutting out the the pattern pieces for the Ogden cami. Now I may have time today to also cut out the fabric. We'll see how far along I get in that, because I do need to work on getting dinner prepared for my family tonight. So I may find myself taking a break, like getting the patterns cut out, the paper pattern cut out, starting dinner maybe, and then coming back to work on the fabric pieces themselves. I am going to do a toile for the Ogden cami. So in terms of the fabric pieces, I think I will actually be able to get the fabric cut for that piece as well. We're going to go ahead and jump right in and get our batch cutting started. Let's go.
So I was talking to my friend not too long ago, and we were talking about live TV, and I never really watched live TV on my TV. So I decided as I was getting my cutting done, I would go ahead and do a live TV view in my sewing room. And I came across Project Runway. I remember I used to watch every season of this show, and I decided to do a bit of a binge watch while I was getting my cutting done, and it was pretty peaceful. And as I was watching this particular season, the question or inquiry came to me. I wonder whether or not the models that model the garments in Project Runway got somewhat offended or in their feelings behind the critiques that the judges would give the garment. I just wonder how they truly felt about that. Did they feel like it was a reflection on them as a model, or is it just a reflection on the designer? What do you think?
Okay, so the pattern pieces for the Ogden cami have been cut. I have not cut the tall, the muslin for the tall just yet, but I did have to take a picture of the size chart or the size key, because on the Ogden cami there's a dart, and when I looked at the pattern, the lines for the dart placement, they were not numbered. So I had to go back to see which of the line style I had to cut to do the size that I'm cutting out for the Ogden cami. So I got the pattern pieces cut out, and now I'm getting ready to start working on the cutting out of the jacket for the simplicity pattern. So the Ogden cami only had 5 pattern pieces, pretty small pattern pieces. The jacket, I believe, has way more than 5, maybe 6 or 7, but I'm gonna go ahead and get that started now.
So later on in the evening, I found more Project Runway that I did not know existed. And it was Project Runway, but it was the kids edition. And I gotta tell you, I got through maybe 3 episodes of this show, and these kids are really, really talented. I don't know how many more seasons they did of the Project Runway for kids, but I'm definitely going to go back and make sure that I watch all of the episodes for the season I found. These pattern pieces for the jacket were so huge. They were big. Look at how big this pattern piece is. Ooh, almost took me out.
All right, so I've got my pieces prepared, the pattern pieces prepared. I am going to simply hang up my pattern pieces for my jacket, and I'm going to leave the pattern pieces for my Ogden cami ready to go, because I'm going to go ahead and trace off the pattern markings on the toile, on the fabric I'm using to create the toile, which would actually be a simple bed sheet that I purchased from a local thrift store. I want to see that the size I cut out will be okay before I use my specialty fabric that I know I can no longer find because Joann's is now gone, thing of the past. But yeah, what I encountered when I was cutting out the jacket was that I thought for some reason my pattern envelope started at a size 16. It actually starts at a size 18. So I'm going to cut a size 18. I do feel like based off the measurements that the 16 would be a better fit for me, but I do not want to purchase another pattern. I am not interested in trying to grade any of this down, because I just feel like that will be a process I'm not ready to engage right now. So I'm going to try the 18. And what I will likely do is, as I put the 18 together, as I try it on, if I see there are areas that are slightly too big, I'll just adjust them with just a simple hem or something like that. But I'm hoping that maybe the 18 will be okay. So that's where I am right now. So I'm going to go ahead and get this hung up, and then I'm going to go ahead and start working on the tall for the Ogden cami. And this is what I realized I don't like about cutting out pattern pieces is it took me 20 minutes to cut out the pattern pieces for this jacket, and maybe about 15 minutes or so to cut out the pattern pieces for the Ogden cami. That's almost a little under an hour. And that's just a long time. That's just a long time of just like cutting. But the good thing is that I got the pieces cut. Now I can go ahead and get them pressed, and then I am going to wrap this part up and see what we're gonna do for dinner tonight.
So for dinner, I baked some chicken thighs. I did some red skin mashed potatoes and I sauteed some green beans, and it came together pretty nice. Some time ago, I did a recipe, and the recipe called for smoked paprika, and I have been hooked on smoked paprika on my meats since then. So I literally put smoked paprika on all of my meats, like my turkey wings, my chicken, and it's just so good.
All right, guys. So I did get the um, tall complete. I did do a little bit of sewing and putting it together. Um, all I need to do is finish up the sides, and I'll flip the straps out from the inside and see how they land on me. Um, I feel like I might have to add some length to this, but yeah, for the most part, the toile is complete. Um, I am tired. So what did I get accomplished in terms of batch cutting and working on two patterns concurrently? I cut out both pattern pieces, or all the pattern pieces, for the Simplicity Jiffy pattern 3047, and I also cut out the pattern pieces for the Ogden cami. Now let me go back. I only cut out the pieces for the jacket, right? Because I already did the pants. So in total, I did 5 and 6. I did 11 pattern pieces tonight. I was able to cut those out, get them nicely pressed, and I was also able to get my 12 done for my top. I will come back maybe tomorrow night or another day later this week to get that sewn on the sides, try it on, and see where I need to make adjustments. Like I said, it will likely just be adding some length and or making my straps a little bit longer, because the strap on the Ogden cami seemed to be a little bit too short. So I'm going to try that tomorrow, see how, or the day after. Sometime this week, I don't know when, but I'll go ahead and try to get that done later. And then I will take a whole nother session in the evening after work and go ahead and cut out the fabric pieces for what I will actually wear. So I'm getting tired. I do feel quite accomplished, and I want to thank you for hanging out with me tonight. I am going to clean up in here a little bit, finish my night. get myself ready for my very busy day tomorrow. And again, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. And until we come together again, take care and God bless you all.